Looking at you, young graduates, you really lived through a lot of history in 4 short years at the University of Minnesota. When you look back, there's been more historic events happening really than I've seen almost in my lifetime up until 4 years ago when things started to really take off. And just as a sample, in no particular order here, but you look around you, there's been historic wildfires and natural disasters happening around us. It seems like we have a once-in-a-century disaster happening 2, 3, 4 times a year the last few years. Notre Dame burnt down. That's a big event. We've had 2 impeachments of the same president. Right? A private company is now flying astronauts into space. We've had sadly the George Floyd murder about a year ago, and that was really an event that led to a huge awakening, a realization of the deep-rooted inequities and racial tension that we have in this country. And on a related note, we've had the Me Too movement really bringing attention to sexism and misogyny in permeating our society. So those have been monumental events in the way I see things here. Of course, Brexit, they decided that Europe wasn't cool anymore, which being from Sweden is a little bit of a sad thing. We have social media. That's really has been, I don't know what you want to call it, but destroying a lot of the fabric of civil society the last 5, 6 years. And of course, we can end with the big one, which is a historic pandemic that we're still living through. And here I want to thank you for really being resilient, for hanging in there, and for working with us to make it through this. It's been rough for all of us, but I can see particularly for the students. Right? This is not what you came to college to do, to sit at home and take classes. This is not why we came here to teach either. But the faculty, the students, and the staff have been remarkably resilient. And given the circumstances, I think the switch to doing things online has worked fantastically well. And a lot of that credit goes to the students here for rolling with it and accepting just the situation as is and doing very, very well. So I want to thank you for that. So in short, it's been a wild ride these last 4 years, and particularly this last year and a half. But I don't want you to despair. You're going to be in a position to shape the next 50 years of technology, and that is a great power. Because as you've seen the last 4 years, technology really shapes policy and shapes society. So with this great power, you're going to have a lot of great responsibilities. And in the next 50 years, it's really going to belong to you. So please, please try to do a better job than what we've done and the generations that came before you to shape the future to be something that is something we all would want to see.